Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie loving maniacs? It's your boy Bangful B of the Lassiter Factor, and with 28 years later, The Bone Temple coming out this weekend, I recently rewatched 28 Years Later, which was released in theaters last summer. I went to the theater to go see it and reviewed it, and this is my first time watching it since I seen it in the theater because I wanted to save it for when this new movie comes out. And I remember when I watched and reviewed it, I guess, a little lukewarm on it, but still enjoyed it for the most part. But after rewatching it and not watching it with the baggage of the first two movies, 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, I was able to just sit back and appreciate this movie on its own terms. And granted, I still have the same problems I had with the movie before. I still have it now. I do feel like this does kind of feel like two movies stitched together. But now knowing what's about to come, it definitely does feel like kind of a setup movie. But at the same time, I do like how this movie was basically its own thing. It started out as one thing and then turned into another, and I was able to appreciate the story from the kid's point of view and his journey throughout the movie. It started out with a father taking his son on a rite of passage hunting trip in which they go to the mainlands to hunt zombies, and then his father, he's a two-timing cheater, and his wife, the boy's mother, is sick, and so now the boy, he realizes the mother, she has no time, she really is dying, and so he heard about a doctor that could possibly help them, and so he takes a chance and take her out to the mainlands to see this doctor, which is played by Ray Fiennes. And side note, I do like Ray Fiennes a lot more this time around, and I do like the way he plays his character. It's like he just learned how to survive and adapt to these zombies. I do enjoy Danny Boyle's filmmaking in this movie the second time around, and I did enjoy it the first time I watched it. I do like how he basically shot this whole movie on an iPhone, and watching it on a Blu-ray, I can definitely tell, and I even like some of the techniques with some of the zombie kills. I do remember when I saw this in the theater, I started to nod off a few times, and it was mainly towards the end. And when I woke up, it was Jack O'Connell's character. He was basically the little boy at the very beginning of the movie, and he's wearing tracksuits, and it just felt like he was in a completely different movie than the rest of the movie, and that's because he's gonna be in the next movie. But still, me, it just felt out of place with the rest of the movie. But knowing what that leads into, I am curious to see how they follow up with that. And that, I still have questions like where does 28 weeks later fall into all this, because this movie act like that movie didn't exist. And then of course there was a zombie outbreak, which the zombies died of hunger at the end of the first movie, and then at the end of the second movie now there's a second one and they don't even address that. And then how do we get the alpha zombies? And side note, I really could have gone without seeing all the naked zombie slogs flying around. Like after a while, they're just like, all right, this is repetitive. Regardless, I am a fan of Nia DaCosta, who is directing this new movie, and I can't wait to see what she does with this universe. But as for 28 years later, after revisiting it, I don't recall what I gave it the first time around, but I give it a solid thumbs up emoji. That's it for today. Have you seen 28 Years Later? If so, what do you think of the movie, and how do you feel about this movie months after it came out? And are you excited for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple? Let me know in the comments section below. This your boy Bangful B of The Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.